Right, guys. So today with me, I have Roland. Roland has just finished the program with me. We've been working out for quite a while in terms of trying to achieve body recomposition, and afterwards trying to lose fat, build muscle, all that good stuff. So, Roland, before the program, what were you struggling?
I was just had lack of motivation. I had a heart issue, then I had a knee replacement, so I was just on the couch. And I used to work out a lot, and but those two health issues set me back, and so I needed a jump start to get me
Hmm.
back and motivated to working out, eating more healthy. And so that's why I came to you for a program to get me on the right track again. Because I
Yeah,
was
of
just
course. I mean, definitely it's like harder, especially as you get older, like with all the negative health issues, but you didn't give up. You just kept going forward, which means that that's a really successful predictor of, of success if you never give up, So, but I mean, there are thousands of coaches, gurus, like everybody and their mom and their grandmother could call themselves a fitness coach. So, why did you come to me in the first place?
Well, I wanted a plant-based program. I was trying to be more plant-based in my diet. So I saw you on Instagram that you were promoting plant-based working out and nutrition. So that's why I thought I would come to you because I wanted a
Nice.
plant-based approach.
Do you feel like just like adding more fruits, adding more vegetables, it's just like aligns more with your lifestyle? Do you feel like it's just like sort of a healthier way to live and eat?
Yeah, I've been on a plant-based journey for a while, but I needed some more guidance, a little more protein options, and you gave me those with the tofu and the other tofu options
Yeah.
and the name. So I just needed some more knowledge behind me to get me on the right track.
But tell me, you are not like necessarily like 100% plant-based. You still like once in a while like go out to eat and like include something that can
Yeah,
also
I
be
cannot turn down a
plant-based.
$6 burger. I still have
Yeah. So
yeah.
look, I get quite a bit of messages, these days where people say, "Well, JJ, I would like to work with you, but you just work with vegans. You just work like with vegetarians." These people like, do you think like they actually get it wrong? Because do you think that you need to be 100% strictly plant-based to be able to have good health and to be able to reach your goal?
No, I think you should have some balance, but I think having a plant base as an overall calorie intake or food intake is best. But
Yeah.
for myself, I do have a good burger every now and then. I have some chicken wings every now and
Yeah.
then, and so I think just in moderation. But I think having a plant based approach is the best for
So
me.
So when we first started talking, quite a while ago, did I say, "Hey, Roland, you're not 100% vegan. We're not gonna work
Oh,
together."
no, 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 none of that. No, no, no. You just gave me some
Exactly.
some good options for vegetarian or vegetarian options, which I did not know about. So you just increased my knowledge of options. But no, you did not drill in just be a vegetarian or a vegan. No, you did not.
Yeah, 100%. That's what people get wrong most of the time is because like most people are not like strict vegans or vegetarians,
Right.
and you, the viewer who is watching it right now, you don't have to be a strict vegan or vegetarian to work with me. As long as you are trying to gear more towards the direction where you're
Right.
trying to include more plant-based foods,
Right.
then it's gonna work because at
I
the
think
end of the day, we all.
a lot of my family and friends are getting more plant-based. So I think if people are going in that direction, whether of course or corporate still have their favorite food options, but I think the overall the population is getting more plant-based, which is good.
Yeah, which means you don't have to be like go from 0 to 100 real quick. It's like some people, if they decide to do like exclusively plant-based diet, that's great, but at the end of the day you don't have to like be super strict plant-based
Right,
human being to have good
right.
health. Anybody can see results just from adding fruits, vegetables, and just like experimenting with new recipes. So because of that, Roland, what were you skeptical before joining the program?
Well, I wanted to again I needed a person who could motivate me. And that's the main issue was I needed to be motivated and someone who would touch base with me on a regular basis, like Roland, how you doing? Are you tracking your weight? Roland, how's the diet coming? Are you working out? I needed someone to give me some good workout program to get me just started. I needed a jump start.
Yeah, yeah,
Because I used to
100%.
work out for years and years and years, but I usually have a workout partner, but I'm alone now. So I needed a third party to get me off the couch.
Yeah, so were you like before joining it, like were you like were you hesitant about anything, or were you like, okay,
I
everything
was
sounds
just,
as
I
clear
just,
as day?
after I had those health issues, I just stopped going to the gym. So I needed a push to get back out, to open the door, walk down the street, get in the gym. So that's what I
Mm-hmm.
needed. I just needed a push.
Hmm. Do you feel like there was any kind of hesitations in terms of thinking like, oh, this might not work for me?
No, no, no. I felt that you had the skill set to get me on the right track. I mean, you're
So,
very knowledgeable,
so
and
what's ultimately made you decide to join?
because again, because you had a plant-based option, and
Hmm.
a lot of folks don't have that plant-based option. I want to have a more plant-based lifestyle, so that's
Yeah.
why, So again, I think most of the population is getting more plant-based in their orientation for food intake. So you had that option. I like that plant-based portion of your program.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, most people, like most coaches I've heard, like from other people as well, if you're like, oh, you're trying to be more plant-based, well, I can help you with that. But if the person, if the coach is not following the same diet, if they haven't been like primarily plant-based, well, how can they give you advice? It would
That's
be the same
correct.
thing. It would be the same thing coming up to a person who is like, yeah, I have read a book about how to like fly a plane and I can give you some ideas, but how can you ask advice for a person who actually hasn't flown the plane? It doesn't make any sense. So
Right,
it
right,
would be a good idea to ask it from somebody who has done, the
right.
thing itself.
And
So
you
Roland, uh-huh.
and you look fit, and you have a plant-based diet, so it works. I mean, you're a walking
Yeah.
example that it
I
does
mean,
work.
at the end of the day, yeah. Also, I don't want to like make this as an hour rant, but there are
Yeah.
some trainers these days who are out of shape and trying to get people in shape. So it's
Right,
like
right.
again, if you're not in shape, like how can you try to be giving? How can
That's
you have the
correct.
audacity to give
Right,
people like
right.
advice?
You have to
So
look
in
the
terms
part.
of yeah, in terms of being in shape, Roland, like what results were you able like to get in this program?
I had more energy. I had more confidence going to the gym because I had a workout I could follow because you gave very clear instructions. You had the video, you highlighted or illustrated each exercise. So I felt confident when I did the exercise. I wasn't guessing. I had a visual example and I was able to follow it. So that gave me some confidence. I hate going to the gym and not knowing exactly what to do. And you provided exact detail of what exercise and a visual example. So that did work for me.
Yeah, of course. And then like in terms of the weight, you've lost so far like 10, 11 pounds, something like that, and
Mhm.
at the end of the day, same thing. What I'm trying to say is that some people are just like so obsessed about the scale, but it's not just about the scale, it's also about like the appearance goals. So
The appearance,
what
right,
most
right.
people get wrong, is that you were able like to achieve that body recomposition.
And
Is
when
that
most
right?
people see me, when people see me visually, they think I'm in shape. People don't
Yeah.
visualize me as being out of shape. So for
Yeah.
somebody who's 67, I'm in pretty good shape.
67.
Yeah, so you really got me, And when people visualize, they think I work out. They think I'm in good shape, and
Yeah.
I'm in better shape because I got on the program. Because I was getting
So
the
for
push.
all those people skeptical watching, who are like, well, I'm pretty sure that 99% of people watching this video, 99% of them are gonna be younger than you. So what would you say to them who are trying to throw the excuses of saying, this is not gonna work for me, I'm too busy, I'm not motivated, blah 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 blah. What would you say to those people? Because you are 67 years
Right.
old. It's like
I
harder for
learned.
you to see results.
Health is wealth. You need to get that concept at an early age. Health is wealth. And you need to start thinking about your health at an early age. You don't want to be at 67 and 20 pounds overweight and try to get into shape. You need to start early, make it part of your routine, make it a lifestyle. Because again, I think the concept health is wealth. And to get that concept early is important. You can't wait till you got to start now when you're young
Yeah,
to get
the
it
next best time is always now, So what I'm
right.
trying to say for the viewers is that if Rollin, 67 years old, if he was able to get to his goal, if he was able to achieve body recomposition with his workouts and with his nutrition, what makes you think that you wouldn't be able to see results? Because as you get older, obviously it
Yeah,
becomes way
Right.
harder, So when you're younger, let's say even in your 30s, 40s, 50s,
Right.
you are still younger than Roland, and you can
Right.
still see results, which means that
Everyone's
Vera,
younger than Roland.
yeah,
Start now.
start now, So what would you say, ultimately to somebody who's watching this video and who's feeling on the fence of getting help?
I think you should choose JJ and get help because again, the plant-based version is a good version. I think the eating less meat is a good thing for everyone. And I think and getting a jump start now is important. And don't wait because if the longer you wait, the more weight you're going to get, the more out of shape you're going to be. So I think start now, try to increase the vegetable and fruit intake and get started.
Yeah, work with JJ. Make sure to work with JJ. No, but either way, whatever coach you take,
Right.
whoever you decide to work with, at the end of the day, working with somebody is gonna be better than doing what you are currently
Right.
doing now. Because most people, as you've mentioned, they wait. They're like, oh, I gotta think about it, and then they wait, and then they wait for multiple months, and then months turn into years, years turn into decades, and it's like really difficult.
And I went to my doctor. I just had a physical, and I have perfect blood pressure for someone
Yeah.
who's 67. So it's important to start working out, to start eating healthy, and again, no matter who you work with, but just to get started.
Yeah, 100%. Well, Roland, thanks for the interview. Thanks, guys, for watching. Again, if you want to work with me, if you want to see how I could be able to help you out, don't hesitate to comment below this video. You can connect with me on Instagram at bbm.coach. Make sure to send me a word make sure to send me a message with a word coach, and I'll see how I can help.